Hello, what's going on, great people? This is Danielle Pierce, co-founder of Mindset to Money, and I'm here with two very special people that I can't wait to talk to today, Rylisha and Sheffield. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys have any kids at home? I know I have three here because it's they're out of school today and Monday. Do you guys have any kids at home that might like come through the video?
No, she's at school right now, and we have one in college and one in Illinois.
One in school, one in college, and one in Illinois. Okay. So you don't have the kid, they weren't out of school today for Labor Day?
No, Monday. They're out Monday.
Oh, yeah. They gave my kids out Friday and Monday.
Oh,
must be nice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
For them, at least.
So you have how old are the children again? So one's in college. How old is that one?
She's just turned 19.
19. Okay. What are the other ones?
14 and 7.
Oh, that's a good story, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
7, 14 to 19. All right. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, feel free to come in and say hello. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. We appreciate any shares to the video as well. I'm going to be talking to Rylisha and Sheffield about just their experience with running a property preservation company in the DFW Metroplex, which seems to grow by the week as far as getting bigger and bigger. So Rylisha, I'm going to start with you. You registered a long time ago. So what happened? What happened?
Well, it was, honestly, I was scared. Okay. I was nervous, and then, well, how long before we did it? About a year?
Yeah, it was about a year.
Before we actually,
over a year before we
started putting in work, really, like applying with vendors and.
Yeah.
And of course, with COVID and all that, you know what I'm saying? It was a long delay in things getting rolling.
Yeah.
So, but when things did start rolling, it really started rolling. We just kind of just went with the punches.
What's your what's both of you guys' background? Like, is it, and there's an echo too. Is that on my end or?
It could be on this end. I don't know. Maybe it's
I don't hear
turn the volume down.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah. But what's your background? Like what is it like 9 to 5? Did you have a business, Sheffield, or like what's your story?
Yeah, I've been in trucking for over 20 years now, so but it's never been me owning my own truck, that's another story in itself. I've been working for somebody my whole trucking career for the most part.
Okay.
And just as we got off into property preservation, we also started a trucking company as well, at the same time, which, that took me away from being around to be able to help with property preservation because I didn't know how involved it was, when we first started initially, you know what I'm saying? But as I was over the road and coming back home and seeing all the, the workload that we had to make some changes. So now I'm pretty much full-time property preservation for the most part. I do have a 9 to 5 as well, but a lot of time goes into these houses.
So property preservation, a 9 to 5, and a trucking company.
Yeah.
And that's just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another thing in itself because with us being owners, this business is something that you really just can't automate right away. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put things in place to make them work for the most part, or else it's just you doing it all. So
was it a lot of on the job like training or learning for you, or did you kind of like figure stuff?
We still learning.
What?
Every day it's something different.
That question was gonna hit something.
But we get out there and we act like we know.
Look, our first order was like, of course, like lawn maintenance and that, you know what I'm saying? But then we had an order to replace the soffit and fascia on the house. And it just got real interesting.
So let me tell you, I still to this day can't figure out if soffit is the one that goes this way or this way. I can't.
Soffit's under, fascia's, I know now. Of course, I know.
I still get them mixed up, of course.
Soffit is under and fascia faces the.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, that was interesting.
We do that too.
That was interesting. But then again, that was our first order, and then like 4 weeks ago, we had another one to do the same thing, and it turned out, it went a lot smoother. You know what I'm saying? So it's trial and error, on the job training. You know what I'm saying? But we're getting it together.
So your first order was a softening fascia, and you guys accepted it and was like, okay, we just gonna figure it out.
Man, we ain't turning nothing down for real. Taking everything on.
Sheffield, I hear an accent. Is it Chicago? Where are you from?
We're from Illinois.
Yeah, we're from Illinois.
Okay. Peoria.
Peoria. Okay.
Yeah, P-Town.
Yeah, that's Caterpillar, right? That's where they're based at. Yeah. I I got a job offer from Caterpillar back in 2001. That might have been my first job. So I'm familiar with Peoria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ralisha. So what is your background?
Medical. I was in the medical field.
Okay.
For about 25 years. And then 2018, I got my realtor's license. Okay. So I've been doing that also.
Okay.
Kind of.
How long have y'all been in Texas?
11 years now.
Yeah.
11 years. Okay.
Yeah, 11 years. Yeah.
Okay. And do y'all plan to stay here? Any plans to relocate anywhere else?
We're here.
This is it.
Okay. Yeah.
This is it.
I kind of feel that way too. I'm glad the weather broke a little bit. It's been 100 the last like 10 weeks, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Now it's mid 80s and it won't stop raining. But I mean,
right.
I guess, it's better. So I'm not going to complain. All right. So you said you were in the medical field, right? Are you still working in the medical field?
No, I stopped in October. I stopped working and picked up the preservation.
So you stopped in October of last year?
Last year.
21.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What made you do that?
I had to, or I wouldn't have pursued preservation.
Oh, okay.
It was like, you're either gonna do it or you're not.
I mean, you did such a good job of selling it, like we were really doing homework and watching all your videos, and we even went off on our own, did some YouTube, digging and searching, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we've seen a lot of the upside of property preservation, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of just bought in, so, we didn't leave anything on the table.
He made me quit too. It was like, you gonna do it, do it. And I did.
Really?
That's it.
Okay.
And we still have I do real estate also on the side, so.
Okay. So you work with buyers and sellers and renters, or everybody? So when you say you were scared, were you scared too, Sheffield, initially?
You know what? I was scared to get it. I was scared to buy a truck and get out on my own in that. And I've been trucking for 20 some odd years. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it's time to take a step like that, I mean, there's going to be some anxiety involved. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just a good thing. So,
yeah.
I'm not driving my truck right now, sad to say, but I was definitely nervous about stepping out on my own, for sure.
Okay, so that was the fear, the fact that you would be responsible for like what to do every day, your income, any mistakes that came along. You couldn't like kind of pass the buck and call nobody and say, hey, this happened, what should I do? That you had to kind of figure all that stuff out.
Actually, that was the interesting part. That was the part that I was looking forward to, making my own calling my own shots. You know what I'm saying? I guess the fear came in with uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a guaranteed check for years and years and years, you know what I'm saying? And I got complacent with that. Mm-hmm. And, and how this, the only reason why I'm not driving my truck is because of gas prices right now. I'll say that too, you know what I'm saying? Because I love driving, you know what I'm saying? But it just came to a point where it just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So
I get that. Yeah.
But I'm glad property preservation does make sense though. It has been making sense. And, we just, it's me and my wife, and we have, other players with us. But for the most part, it's me and her. We got to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So we've been able to do that.
Yeah, you sound like you make things happen.
Try to, at least.
Very authoritative. I'm just like, yes, sir.
For real, that's how I sound.
I'm sure your kids tell you that all the time, but that's not a bad thing.
No, I'm a pushover at home, though. So
that's not a bad thing, though. People that any business that trait right there is gonna serve you well. Any whatever you do. So, it works. But what was I going to say? Anybody who's working with you guys? How was it with like contractors? Was it family? Was it friends? Like, what's the deal with that?
We have a friend and a couple family members.
Okay.
The family members are just like, no, pretty much. They don't want to do it.
Of course, we pull our daughter in whenever she's back home or whatever.
She doesn't want to do it.
She's too cool for it.
Like, this is too much. This is dirty.
Yeah.
She's too cool.
I know you probably have been seeing, well, I don't know if you saw the post in the group, Ralisha, where a couple, like somebody, I think it was Gloria, someone who found a body. And then there was another person who found one. Has anything like that happened to you? To you guys?
We found a body.
Oh, yeah, you found one too? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you did message me about what ended up happening with that.
I know we cut ties with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her we couldn't do that. That was it.
Yeah. What were they trying to get you to do?
She wanted signs posted.
Okay.
And she wanted it cleaned out.
Oh. So it was pretty much an initial inspection, right?
No, you needed the hazmat.
Okay.
Oh.
No, so we didn't. We just left it alone.
Okay.
And she said it had to be third party. A third party.
So we would have to hire somebody to take over and
come in and do
it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That can work too, though. You just kind of bump up the price that you submit for the bid, and then you kind of oversee the work. But I mean, I probably wouldn't want to oversee.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, we just cut ties with it, and that was it.
Yeah, I never had that.
But you know what? I mean, with that, hiring a hazmat team to come in or whatever, that's a pricey ticket. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
You got to necessarily have the capital to
take we did look at the price of that. It was pretty expensive.
Yeah, remember I was telling you, I think over Messenger, that it's companies that they specialize in that, and they do. I mean, they do pretty well, but I mean, you always cleaning up like crime scenes, and I mean, who knows what. So I don't know. I feel like that's a different skill set. But some people do it.
Yeah.
Some people do it. What other issues are you having as far as, or are you having any issues right now in terms of, getting stuff done, or what does your day look like every day?
You may have 3-4 orders a day.
Okay.
But that's maintenance and inspections.
Okay. And then do you start at a certain time, or do you just kind of, wake up whenever and then just kind of start the day?
We used to start early. Like in the summer, we get up about 6:30, 7 before it gets too hot and get started. But now our baby girl's in school. We have to take her to school. So right after we drop her off, then we just go about 8:30.
Okay. How has it been working together?
Hey, look.
You better stop. You better stop.
Look.
Wait, let me know if I need to pause it.
No.
But seriously though, this is I've been there, done that, right? So I have some idea, right? But I just it's useful for people to hear from other people, like, that's doing it every single day, right? How long y'all been married?
9 years.
Yeah. 9 years. But we've been together for
21.
A long time, right?
Okay.
But you know what? And through all that time, we thought we knew each other for real. We really didn't start knowing each other until we started working together like every day. You know what I'm saying? So she really gets a bird's eye view of my shortcomings, and you know what I'm saying, and she backs me up where I fall short, come short, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of fill in with her weak spots, but you know what I'm saying, overall, it's getting better over time. You know what I'm saying? Because at first it was a lot of finger pointing, and it was some ego involved, a lot of ego involved. You know what I'm saying? But as we go on, it's getting better for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's not a natural process like many people think. You guys have known each other for 20 years, and you're like, I know her. She know who I am. We got this, and then you realize that.
Did you really just do that? What are you doing?
Stupid.
Be like, I don't know her at all. But also, so you mentioned shortcomings, but also the flip side is that you guys get to see each other areas of expertise though too, right?
There you go.
Right. So you probably discovered something about each other that like, oh, I didn't know she was going to be good at that. I know he was going to be good at that. So that's the good side, right? So it's easy for us to talk about the stuff that goes wrong, but it also can be the other way too, you know?
Exactly. It's easy to point out all the wrong things or whatever, but yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Remember somebody told me, I think this was Thomas who told me that he said somebody told him a long time ago that if you point the finger at somebody, you got 4 fingers pointing back at you. So that's a good way to remember it when you
right on for sure
about pointing the finger. Yeah. So what did you learn about each other that that you really can appreciate, that you like got a new respect for?
She a hustler, man. Like she really be she's a great negotiator. For sure, you know what I'm saying? She makes sure we get our money's worth, She works hard. She works hard, but most over anything, she's a hustler for sure.
Yeah, that's priceless, ain't
it? Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for, her negotiating skills and finding certain things out, priceless information or whatever, So she does a good job at digging and, she's very resourceful. So, yeah.
She asks a lot of questions.
She asks a lot of questions. Yeah, she questioned a lot too. Questioned like, my moves and stuff,
It's the hardest working man I know though.
That's what you learned about him? Or did you know that already? Yeah.
I already knew it, but yeah, he goes hard.
He goes hard.
He hasn't been asleep yet.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Last night? Oh.
Well, he went to work last night at 9, got off at 6.
Mm-hmm. We went out
this morning.
Went out, got rid of a refrigerator and some more things, and now it's nighttime for me. I'm about to go to bed.
So he hasn't been asleep yet.
Okay.
Hard worker.
He's a hard worker. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a great combination, right? Being resourceful and being somebody who's willing to put in the work and go above and beyond. I mean, you can't really buy that, either one of them.
And once we get to the point to whereas we can actually hire so many contractors, we out here doing it ourselves. So there won't be any excuses to where it's like, I can't do that. Oh, I did it. So sure you can.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we touch every aspect of what we're doing so that, that
you can train people.
That we do hire folks, you know what I'm saying? We can better explain or understand why or why not things can be done. You know what I'm saying? So we got a pretty good grasp on the day-to-day with our operation right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting to a point where we can automate some things and, be a little more hands-off. You know what I'm saying? Not so much hands-on.
One thing that you guys that may work for you now is when you're in the field and you're doing certain things, if you could just turn on a recorder for a minute and like record some of the processes or the steps. So even if you're not ready to actually bring on those people just now today, you'll start develop a database of video trainings, and you can just send people directly there as you bring them onto the company.
Got you.
And they should be short, because people got ADD and they got short attention spans. But whether you're doing a lock change, lockbox, sign install, grass cut, inspection, just like record yourself, and then you'll start to build it, and it won't feel like such a big task when the time comes.
Okay. All right. So how do you operate? Do you have like a team of a few different teams that goes out?
Yeah. So one team, I've actually gotten pretty lazy over the last like couple of years or so, where I get stuff and I turn a lot of it down, which is very sad to say. But yeah, it's just a handful of people now, and only in a couple of areas in Texas. And I mean, I still do something. I don't have what's the word I'm looking for? The patience maybe to deal with the contractors.
And they're hard to find. Good help is hard to find.
Yeah, they are hard to find. And then, and I've had, just like everybody else, you have the ones who are really good and they have like different issues where they can't work every day or they disappear. I've had guys, go to jail because they violated a restraining order. And this is somebody that I really, really liked. And he was like, oh, I went back to go talk to my ex-wife and, you know, we had a restraining order. So I ended up going to jail. He was missing for like 3 or 4 weeks. So, I mean, I've had all that stuff, but my patience for that is a lot lower than what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about expanding your areas though? Like we're just like we cover maybe 100 mile radius. Is that about what it is?
No.
Well, we'll go as far 50-mile radius.
Yeah, 50.
It was a little more than that, but we cover a large area as it is. Though, I mean, what would you need in place before you would consider? Before you would consider expanding?
So a lot of the automation piece is what you'll need, like the training system is what you'll need to have in place so that you don't have to spend as much time training people when you bring them on. Like ideally you want to bring them on kind of like when you get a regular 9 to 5 and you send them to a link and they watch like all these different videos. Maybe you throw a couple quizzes in there, or you like both interview them afterwards and kind of give them a quiz that way. And then once they pass that, then you shoot them out into the field and kind of put them out there on a trial basis. But you'll need documentation in place before you start expanding. Because otherwise it gets to be, it'll be messy, you know?
Real messy, yeah.
You'll spend a lot of time explaining things, repeating yourself. You'll get a whole lot of, I didn't know that, or I didn't know how to do that. And so the only way to avoid that is a lot of training up front. And then what other systems are y'all using? Are you using like Google Drive to kind of store things in? Do you have we're using Dropbox, anything like that?
What are we using?
We have Dropbox.
Yeah, I like Google Drive. And then you'll have folders for every single thing. So the folder for, new hires, the paperwork, the training, the videos, and you'll just be sending people to those different links. And then you can kind of see as they're moving through the process. Like you don't have to go and do like no fancy course creation system, but Google Drive will work for what you're trying to do. But you want to have everything stored in there as much as you can, even all your new hire paperwork. And then DocuSign too. You'll need that as well.
Okay.
To keep it less manual.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
What's your goal with the business? Like, what do you want to see? How much money do you want to see?
This morning? Well, last night. Was that this morning? Well, this morning we were just talking about it.
Okay.
And he said 30,000.
30,000 months. Yeah. And you say you're covering 50 miles right now?
Right.
And you want to stay in the area in the state of Texas, right?
Yes, for right now.
Yeah. Heck, I mean, you could do that with expanding with one company or partnering with another company too. Just the question.
Yeah, right now we just have one.
This one, yeah. All right. And then your first month when what was the amount that you said you made 5,000 the first month that you kind of like got into it, or was that?
The first month was 3.
3. Okay. That's all right. And then 3 to 5?
To 5. And then, yeah. Was it 10? 3, 7, and 10. 3, 7, 10.
That's a big jump. So what happened? Did they see you guys were ready to do the work and then they just started sending you more?
Pretty much, yeah.
It seemed like it. I mean, she's got a relationship with the vendor. Is that what you call him, the vendor, right?
Vendor coordinator.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's got a relationship with.
It's kind of like a love-hate relationship.
Love-hate.
Don't you say no names.
It's extreme.
But it really is. But I love them.
Hey, but look,
and they love us too.
I mean, she was doing such a good job at keeping up with the orders and the inspections and all that. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of gradually started throwing things on us. You know what I'm saying? And as they, dropped everything on us, we was knocking everything out. You know what I'm saying? So it's keeping up. And I mean, just out the blue, the guy, hooked us up with some other vendors that was elsewhere or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They came with a whole another batch of, that's when we started getting into, real maintenance orders or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of initial inspections, so.
Yeah, please don't say the names. I got in trouble actually. Well, not in trouble, but somebody from a company inboxed me not too long ago and said, "Oh, you said something negative about us in this video." I was like, "What video is that?" And he sent me the video. It was like 3 years ago. I was like, "Oh my God, Jesus."
Wow.
That's what I said. But so were you asking for the work, and then as they sent it, you were doing it like really fast and getting it done correctly, or what?
Yes.
Okay, you kept asking. Okay.
I did.
I mean, it was stagnant for a second. I mean, we had the same few inspections that we were doing, and then we had to nudge them a bit and ask for more. You know what I'm saying? But then when we asked for more and they gave us more, we would knock it out, and then they just kind of just really start throwing things at us. So
Yeah.
we got it's a lot of work on the plate right now.
In relation, when they throw stuff your way, does it make it easier for you to ask for more money when you establish a relationship as a company that like goes out and gets stuff done?
It does.
They kind of let you have your way. That's good.
They give me a little pushback, but now push a little harder, and then they. It's like, that's what I say. It's like a love-hate. Like, she get on my nerves.
So where did that skill come from? Did you know that you had it, or have you always had it? You know what or did you just pick it up?
It's more like, I don't know, you know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I don't know.
Everybody says that, but so many people have a hard time like questioning, asking for more, pushing back. So like, is that your Chef? Is that her personality? Is that always been her personality, or?
You see, you don't know Alicia's background, from way back, Alicia.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is about to be good.
Ain't gonna get into it, but you don't know her background. She's got that gift of gab though,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she worked that mouthpiece.
These looks y'all keep passing to each other are killing me.
Hey, this is unscripted, unrehearsed. We didn't know what we was gonna say on this interview, so.
That's how I do most of them, because I don't want it to be like, an actual interview. I just want it to be like, like we just regularly just talking. So,
right.
Yeah, that's funny. All right.
But it can get pretty nasty and dirty out there. And I mean, it's going to cost.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm doing it. Really. If I have to do it, yeah. You don't want to pay, find somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And how many have you had to say that?
Not too many times. No.
Not too many times.
I mean, we've left some things on the table, just left things out there that we couldn't take care of, and
or just didn't really want to.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we ain't put a bid in for something, so we just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
We'll decline it.
Yeah. What other major mistakes do you feel like you made along the way? Or things that you would have done differently?
I don't know. Because like you really don't know until you get out there and do it. But I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah, we've been doing good. I would say something we need to work on is putting systems in place. You know what I'm saying? Just pretty much that, have systems in place, and we can afford to be a little more organized with our equipment, with our inventory and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with time.
Yeah. And have you guys bought a lot of the things? Are you renting stuff, or what are you doing with that?
We'll buy it.
Buy it. Okay. And then when you buy it, are you using, have you started the process of setting up business credit at all yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know that it's really easy to get a card from Lowe's. So if you don't have it already, then go ahead and get that one. I can send you the link to apply for it, but they'll give you right off the bat like $5,000. So that's a pretty decent amount if you need it to buy stuff. Yeah. Yep. And the same thing for Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anything else as far as feedback, goals, anything that y'all would actually, I have a question. This is for both of you guys. It's a good one too. There are people in the DFW market, just like you guys are, and they want to have a $10,000 month, just like you guys have had and will obviously continue to do. but they haven't gotten started yet, or they are not having that same level of success. So what would you say to those people?
If they haven't gotten started yet, I would say go for it. I mean, I hate I wasted so much time because I was nervous or afraid. I wish I would have started sooner. I'm gonna say go for it, and it'll come. It'll come.
What about you, Shaka?
I don't know. I think we kind of lucked out with the folks we doing business with in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because we had other offers that just really didn't make any sense, and those were some of our initial offers, and we kind of just let those go by the wayside. We didn't just pick up on those right away. You know what I'm saying? We kind of waited a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We were a little bit. I guess we chose the right route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some luck involved. You want to do the research on whatever vendors you're gonna be dealing with, and and once orders start coming your way, knock it out. You're gonna see a lot of stuff you don't want to deal with. It's a lot of nasty houses out there. You know what I'm saying? Get your hazmat suits and your rubber gloves. Just get to it. Mind over matter. Get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll say, were you surprised by the number of the way that the houses look? Like even the ones that are like kind of in your area or not too far from you guys, were you surprised by it?
Very much so. Mm-hmm. Very much so.
You wouldn't even think people can live like that. Some of them, you're just like, oh my gosh, somebody was living here.
Yeah. Like when we found that the body in the house we was in, like that house right there, that was something different. You know what I'm saying? It was like stuff caked up on the walls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was, there was it wasn't a clear pathway to walk through the house. Like how is anybody living like this?
Holes in the ceiling, bugs just everywhere. It was bad.
It was crazy, but
somebody was living there. He was living
and what's crazy is that wasn't necessarily the worst house we've been in. You know what I'm saying? So, you're going to find some bad houses. That's the question I got for you. Like, what is your breaking point? Like, what are you not willing to do? What would you turn down?
Well, I don't go into a lot of houses. I haven't in a while, but definitely a body, and dead dogs too. That's another one. And then the worst house for me was a house that was covered in roaches everywhere. So like almost like paint. That's how they covered the wall. So the ceilings, the walls, the floor.
That's how that house was with the body. Those small bugs.
Yeah. That's a breaking point where I wouldn't do anything with a property like that, because you feel like you can't never stop itching after you leave.
Right.
Got you. Because ain't no glory in this work. This ain't something that we go around our friends talking about. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, we don't brag on this. Ain't no glory in it. You know what I'm saying? This is your job. You do it, get the money. That's it.
We don't even want to tell them like it's nasty or stuff we run into. If we need them, they won't want to help us. Right. They won't help us.
Do you find people ask? So have they started asking you what you guys are doing, or are more people starting to ask, or they just kind of like don't say anything?
Yeah, they're definitely curious. They want to know more than what we say. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying, folks are curious. Yeah. It's not something that I go around bragging or talking about often. You know what I'm saying? We just correspond throughout the day and night, trying to figure out what our next move is. You know what I'm saying? That's on the daily.
Yeah. And last question, back to the fear piece. So just to be clear, you guys, the fear came from transitioning from employee to owner. Was that the main thing?
Yeah. Right. That sense of security, having that security and just pretty much starting over.
Yeah. But the thing about the security, though, I don't know if you saw this article that just came out, but they said let me see if I can find it real quick. I sent it to my friend. It said half of U.S. companies gearing up for layoffs. And it came out, it was on the New York Post, and this came out yesterday, and it lists a whole bunch of companies. Actually, this is August. It came out August 19th. But so there's a lot of layoffs that have already happened, and then that are expected to happen. I'm not saying that everybody's job is not secure, but I'm saying the level of security, I think, is not as deep as we think it might be.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Do you miss your job?
No. I don't think I can ever go back and work for anybody else. I don't think so.
And what about you, Sheffield?
Do I miss my job?
Well, you said you like driving trucks though, right?
I like driving, you know, but when I, you know, the job I left before I was, you know, went over the road or whatever, I mean, I was making some pretty decent money. You know, I was making good money, but the hours sucked. My quality of life sucked. You know, they don't necessarily treat you the best or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But so being that I did have a taste of, well, I do have a taste of being an owner, which I had to go back to work now. It's really hard to make it at work now because you know, I kind of know the numbers, you know what I'm saying? I know the numbers already. You got me, you lowballing me out here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it works though. I mean, I got to do what I got to do until we can, you know, make this thing self-sustaining. So
I get that. He said it's hard to go back to work.
it was hard. I mean, it still is hard. Day to day, I'm ready to just, man.
Like, man, I don't know.
I'm ready to go home.
Today might be the day.
Man, I'm telling you.
I'm like, okay.
But I'm assuming, if you don't mind me asking, is like benefits there? Is that kind of the
Yeah, that's a motivating factor. Yeah, that's a motivating factor for sure.
Yeah, because you don't want to know what the numbers are if you don't have the those benefits as far as health insurance.
Right.
That's another ball game.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it's not even good insurance either. So
nope.
Yeah, me and 3 kids is $1,800. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With a $7,500 deductible.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think there's lower rates out there. I just got to do some more research and find them. I don't think I have any other questions. Anything else y'all want to say to anybody that's watching y'all? Because I know people gonna be reaching out to you, Alicia, and in your inbox asking you stuff.
Oh, so he did mention. What did you say about the other property preservation companies?
What about it?
How you wanted to collab, pretty much.
Hey,
you got a good idea.
What do you think about, you know, like you were saying that there's other companies out here that's trying to get started or whatever, and guys that's just getting started like us, you know what I'm saying? I know they're out there. I've seen them. What do you think about us starting to, like, I don't know, like a Facebook? I mean, you got the Facebook group, but you know, something locally to whereas we can like pool our resources, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And since we're all getting started out, maybe we can
to where it's like we can pass off work. Is that what you think that would be?
Yeah, I think people people have asked to do that before. I think it can work as long as you have clear expectation setting up front. That's for anything else. You know, don't just make it be like, you know, we working together, we're gonna figure it out along the way. If you can figure out a clear path to what it is that you need and what you think they need and make that work, I think that make all the sense in the world.
Right. Because there's things that we're learning as we go along that I'm sure that somebody's going to need to know. Like, I need to know how to get rid of a refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I can't get rid of a refrigerator to save my life. I'm just sitting on them. You know what I'm saying? So
the dumps won't take them. Nah,
you gotta do something.
They have to be clean, and
you gotta remove the freon and compressors and smoke stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just won't take them. You know, so.
I wonder if they can go to the scrapyard if you take the freon out.
A lot of them you don't want to touch them.
Now that's the part.
They're like full of bugs.
Yeah, they're nasty.
So we'll pay somebody else to do it. That's when we up the price.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's ways to get it done for sure. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a certain thing you don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
That freon and all that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about that.
Me either, about the freon part. But yeah, I think that makes sense. I know that there's a lot of people I don't know about a lot of people in DFW, but a lot of people in Texas for sure. But Texas is so big, you know. I don't know if you know Joey yet, or if you have ever talked to him, but he is in He's another person. He's been doing pretty well. He's in Mission, Texas, which is right by New Mexico, I think. So it's a long, long way away. But he's somebody who I'll connect you guys over Messenger. He's super resourceful as well. And he go out and he worked with his wife also.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And they're up to 15,000 a month, I think. So yeah, I'll connect you guys. But yeah, he gets it done. Similar attitude as both of y'all. So that makes sense.
Right on.
Well, I appreciate y'all. It's been 45 minutes already. Whew, I didn't even know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to talk and sharing y'all background and, some of y'all numbers. I know everybody doesn't like to do that, and for sharing the upside and the downside of working with your significant other. And just remember that it's not a natural process. It's not supposed to be easy, but if you remember that this person has your best interest at heart, both of you, then I think that's the necessary reminder. And that's y'all not like co-workers, right? That's not your enemy, right? It's like,
Right.
y'all both trying to accomplish the same thing.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
But we what, 8 months in?
Yep.
8 months in. So
8 months working together. What you've been knowing each other for 20 years, though. That's such a good story. Oh man. Well, I have to do a part 2 to talk just about the working together.
You're gonna come back, I'm like,
All right, and what's the name of you guys' company again?
Striven Pros Property Preservation.
Striven Pros. Okay. And then what's the website?
Striven Pros at Gmail.
No.
Striven Pros. What?
Striven Pros Property. We ain't looked at this website in so long. The website. Strivenpros.com.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now you did that. Erase that out of it. Delete that.
Oh man. Strivenpros.com. Okay.
That's what you told us to do. You told us to make the website. That's what we did. Just left it there.
Well, yeah, eventually you're gonna need it, especially when you start hiring people. So
I know, right? We haven't made that far yet.
Oh yeah. It's up though. It's running.
It is running.
That's what's up. Well, I'm so good talking to you guys. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your what's today? Friday. And we'll do a part 2, I think, maybe in a year or so. You can talk about the working relationship, because I think that'll be good for people to see.
Right on.
Awesome.
Right on.
Thank you.
All right.
I really
Thanks,
appreciate
guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.